Welcome back. Maryland's 6th Congressional District is wide open after Democrat David Trone decided to vacate the seat and run for the U.S. Senate. There are many people running for the seat. One of them is with me tonight. He is Neil Parrott, up late with me tonight here on the Final Five to talk about this and much more. Welcome back. Good to see you, sir.
Jim, it's great to be with you tonight. Thank you.
So you've been through this before, as you were a former state delegate, but you've also have run for the seat in 2020 and 2022 against David Trone. But there's a big factor this year. It's an open seat. So what is different about the way you approach this campaign?
Well, it's interesting. We raised $1.1 million last time, but we were outspent by a self-funder, David Trone, with $13 million. So it's an open seat. Not only do we not have an incumbency advantage, we also don't have this money disadvantage that we had last time. And people are very, very excited to see me in the race in particular, because we know that we can flip the seat from Democrat to Republican. People are looking at our country right now, and they're seeing major problems. They know that someone has to go to D.C. to represent this district who's stable, someone who has experience and can start action on day one. And I'm that person. As an engineer with my own small business, having served as a delegate for 12 years, I'm ready on day one to do what needs to be done in D.C. to help our families in District 6.
So the district has seen some redistricting in the last couple of years, and it is a district that includes a sliver of Montgomery County, but goes up 270 up into Frederick, including Hagerstown, out towards Allegheny County. What's the one issue that really transcends that entire area?
Well, it's interesting, yeah. So I sued Maryland and won. Judicial Watch was the help on that lawsuit. And as a result, this is a very, very competitive race. And that's why you're seeing the Democrats have 14 candidates now. Republicans have 6. This is our opportunity to flip it from Democrat to Republican and get real representation from Western Maryland in this district. And the main issue really is the same issue that the whole country is looking at, that we have an immigration issue. We have an open border with Mexico. More than the entire population of the state of Maryland has come across that southern border just since President Biden has been president. And that's just completely unacceptable. On day one, when I go to D.C., I have the experience, I'll make sure that we tackle that issue. We don't waste that opportunity, which happened when President Trump was first elected. He had to deal with Speaker Paul Ryan. They kept pushing the ball down the road. They only had 2 years. I believe we may only have 2 years of a great majority in the House. We'll take back the Senate. We'll get President Trump back in. But we only have a small amount of time, and that's why you need someone with experience who's going to go in on day one, make things happen. They're going to help the families in Western Maryland and Upper Montgomery County.
If you had won the last time around, obviously it's still a pretty slim majority out there, and there was that immigration compromise that was brokered that did not come to a vote. If you were in the Congress, if there was a vote, how would you have come down on that bill that was negotiated?
Well, let me tell you what. When they say you can have 5,000 illegal aliens per day, and that's part of that is completely unacceptable. There's no way. We should have 0 illegal aliens coming across that border every single day. We need to strictly enforce it, and we need to make sure that people can come into this country legally, and we should be getting the best and the brightest from around the world, and that's what I want to see happen. First, we have to stop and secure that border. After it's secure, then we can start talking about how we're going to handle the illegal aliens that are here. But we can't even have that conversation until that border is completely secure. That bill had nothing to do with that. It was a travesty. I'm really thankful that it didn't pass.
There is something that we've talked about with other candidates, not just in Maryland 6, but Virginia 10, when it comes to the immigration issue and how it dovetails with fentanyl and drug abuse and drug addiction. It is a problem across the country, and a lot of people say when you look at your district, when you look at Maryland 6, that's an area that has been hit especially hard. When you look at that, what are ways that you can address what has been a really serious plague on the population of America?
Oh, it's so sad. We're seeing literally tens of thousands of people dying. In Maryland, in just 1 year, we had over 2,000 deaths that were directly attributed to fentanyl, and that's directly attributed to the open border. I mean, I look at President Biden, I think that he has blood on his hands because people are dying from fentanyl, which he could have stopped by securing the border. Also, we have people who have died at the hands of very violent illegal aliens that are in our country that should have been deported because they've already committed crimes in this country, like a 2-year-old in Montgomery County. Very, very sad. Shouldn't have happened. Wouldn't have happened if we secured the border. Also wouldn't have happened if the police departments would work with ICE and deport people who have committed crimes in this country.
We've seen at least some movement in Montgomery County on that front.
Yes, we have. I'm very, very encouraged by County Executive Elrich taking the right steps. So it's taken him way too long to do it, but he's seeing the reality now. Now that he has horrific crimes in Montgomery County, he's seeing he has to change his approach, and I'm glad he is.
Has there been anything, as we start counting down to the primary, which is just about a month away here, has there been anything different about the way you've run this race? Because clearly 2020 was in the middle of a pandemic. 2022 is a little bit different. Has anything changed about 2024 for you?
Well, I'll tell you the biggest thing is I got in the race on the last day.
That's right, yeah.
So normally I get in about a year in, but let me tell you what, I was kind of worn out. We needed to take a break. I wanted to go back to my civil engineering job and do my business. And as I looked at the race, I would have stayed out, except for I think this is very, very important. The Republicans have someone who's experienced, someone who's reliable, someone who's a common sense conservative, and that's what I offer the folks of District 6 when I'm running here for this office.
Neil, what's the website? People can get more information about you.
It's www.neilparrott.org, NEILPARROTT.org.
2 R's, 2 T's. Neil, great to meet you. Thanks for coming in tonight. Good to see you. Final Five is back right after this.